Today we are in Winchester, Massachusetts, and I am at one of the offices of Dr. Sandhu, and we are here, and it is called Neem. Hello.
Hello.
I feel like we've gotten a chance to almost become friends today because it's been really nice talking to you about the love and the passion and the, I guess, the determination for what you've created as a business person. It's outstanding. So kudos.
Thank you, Donna.
Yeah, kudos.
Thank
and
you.
Your heart's in the right place. You really do care about health and I guess a comprehensive approach to wellness. So what started you on your journey? Why did you decide to have Neem?
It was not just one moment. I would say it was almost like a culmination of experiences and some instances that happened in my medical life. When I started off with my background in internal medicine, in acute care medicine, and I had the privilege and the opportunity of taking care of a lot of patients who were acutely sick in life-threatening conditions, and I took care of them, got them better most of the times, and then discharged them, sent them home. And I did that for 5 to 6 years and had a lot of amazing experiences which were truly grounding. But I also recognized many times when a lot of the same people kept coming back over and over again to the hospital, and we call them in our ER and hospital language our frequent flyers, that there was a deeper piece that was missing. And there wasn't, and especially there was a woman who truly made me very aware of this. I've always called her Sheila, and Sheila was in her 50s, and her journey was mostly of almost feeling invisible or irrelevant going through midlife. And it was really how she felt about herself, her appearance, her physical health, that she just didn't have any motivation of taking care of herself. And that started me thinking, and probably was the first wake-up call that my life there was a bigger purpose for my life, and I wanted to create not a medical spa. And my goal and my vision was to create almost like the well-aging operating system where we would own the woman from her 40s to her late 60s, 70s.
And walk them gracefully through those changes.
Because what I realized was that, nobody takes care of the whole woman. So, the derms will take care of the skin, the plastic surgeons will cut whatever is necessary.
Right.
The OBGYN will handle the menopause, the endocrinologist will look at the hormones. But just like you said, someday you feel that there was a car wash and I could just go.
Yes, that's
and
exactly
somebody
it.
would take care of the whole me. So that's where Neem came and it almost had its birth, that I wanted to create a space where we would take care of the metabolic health, the beauty, cosmetic side of things, and hormones and everything, and have so that when a woman in her 40s or 50s enters a room, she can enter with the grace, the confidence that she truly needs to feel better.
So when somebody comes through your door, you're not judging them. There's no judgment here, right?
There's
People
no
come from like
judgment here.
whatever age or whatever they're coming to you with.
Yes.
You can just kind of like walk them through.
Yes. No, I believe that most of our life choices are influenced by our life experiences. So I'm no different. I would say the reason I chose this field is because of probably my own life and my journey. Being a woman, being a young woman in my late teens to early 20s, I was overweight. I found it really hard to be socially accepted. Don't get me wrong, I had a very loving childhood. Our parents doted over us, but still, I was always very aware that I was overweight, and all the pretty girls were thin and in perfect shape. And somewhere the shift happened when I entered med school, that I decided to take health in my own hands, and it was almost like a life reset button was pressed on, and I focused on nutrition, health, exercise, and just decided once and for all that, okay, I'm changing my identity. Never again in life am I going to be overweight. But easier said than done, because what I didn't realize is what my patients in their 40s and 50s tell me, that no matter how little they eat, how much do they exercise, but being a woman, depending on the hormonal shifts we are going to get, no different. I became a mom, and when I was pregnant, I gained again 65 pounds, got to 205 pounds, and found it really hard to lose the weight again. So again, the same journey. But having done this a few times, I understand the struggle women face and how to overcome it. Yeah.
As you were sharing too, like sometimes it's really not their fault. There's
It's
something
not
going
their
on
fault.
metabolically
Yes.
or something. And by
Oh,
doing that
100%.
testing, by
Yes.
having that base, you can look at those numbers and say, oh, specifically,
Yeah.
I'm going to customize this pathway
Yes.
for you.
That is the
right? Because
reason.
sometimes people need one thing, sometimes people need the other thing, but you're going to be able, with your medical background, to help them figure it out.
Absolutely. So obesity and weight gain is really a metabolic process. So I don't believe in weight loss treatments. I believe in metabolic reset treatments, because most women, and men too, but especially women, because we have more pronounced hormonal shifts. And insulin resistance is a real thing in your 40s and 50s. And women just keep blaming themselves, I'm not disciplined enough, I don't work out hard enough, I don't, even if you eat very little, women just keep thinking, if I could just starve myself more. And it's not about that, it's really more at a metabolic level. So now in the times we lived in, we are blessed to have not just new medications, but so many resources, including just checking your metabolic biomarkers, supplements, exercise programs, GLP-1 medications, which have been game-changing. And it's not anybody's fault. It is the body just doing what it's supposed to do. And how do we get it back?
And age in a better way,
And
age more
age,
gracefully,
yes,
right? Because we're
yes.
all going to age. That we
Yes.
can't stop that part. We keep
If
having
we're not
birthdays.
aging, we're
right?
dead.
Exactly.
We want to be aging. Yes, aging, I believe, is a privilege.
It is.
But decline is optional.
Yeah.
We don't have to
Oh.
decline. Yes.
I love that.
I believe in it wholeheartedly.
Aging is a privilege,
Yes.
but declining is
It's
optional.
optional.
That's fantastic. We're both also people that love growth and love experiential things for people. And I know that you're opening up another location.
Yes. I'm
Okay,
so
so
excited about
congratulations.
it. Thank you so much.
Okay,
I'm
so
a
who's-
glutton for punishment.
Yes. So where's the new baby coming?
Yeah, so it's the new baby is Chestnut Hill.
Okay.
It's a small neighborhood in town, which is just outside of Boston. And we are all as a team. It's not just, let me start by saying it takes a village.
Yes.
So I'm just one piece of the whole pie. It is the whole pie that's bringing the dream together. So my team and I are so excited to be launching Chestnut Hill just about in a month.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
You're welcome.
So
My
nice to
pleasure.
meet
Thank you.
Happy journeys to you always. Well, there you go. Winchester, wherever you are in the world, if you're someone that found a connection to this story, please reach out to them, send them an email. It only takes a conversation to have a better journey. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Wow, it means that it's a big deal, I guess. I'm still pinching myself every day I get to wake up. I'm so grateful every single day that this is my job, and then I get to bring this huge show to my fans all over the world, because I wasn't able to go to places like India or Indonesia like I so desperately wanted to go to, or the Philippines. I wanted to go there, and now I can in this incredible, big cinematic way. We film every single show we do, and I just think that it's one of those things that you watch and you press replay all the time, because if you're having a thematic party, if you're going out with your friends, the music's there, the energy's there, it's very encapsulated. I think you don't just watch it once, it becomes a part of like the celebration of, music. Favorite moment from the tour was just being able to go out and reconnect with my longtime fans who have been fans for over 18 years. I've done this movie for them. And I am fan first in most everything I do. And I think they feel that. With the storyline that's threaded through the whole thing, it talks about authenticity and it talks about the human heart and it talks about that being the thing that separates us from the robots. So I hope that everybody keeps their heart forward and first and remembers that as we go through this very interesting transition.
Today we're in Milton, Massachusetts, and with me now is Dr. Codi Saunders. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good. So we got a little time to look around your practice. We went on a tour. We got to meet some of the patients, your team. Milton is an extraordinary place. Like, you're not from here. I'm not from here. So this community is like the heartland of... Right?
Yeah, it's right. It's right near the South Shore area, and I feel like everyone from Milton likes to stay within Milton for a lot of things. All the Milton families know each other. All the same sports teams, all the same families, just like know each other. One of our assistants grew up around here. She's from Braintree. She's a basketball coach and a field hockey coach, and so she knows all the kids around here. So she's just like I feel like every patient that comes in, somehow she knows them in some way, shape, or form.
And speaking of sports, you yourself, right? We're a college swimmer, so you kind of can relate to a lot of the patients and their love for sports.
Oh yeah, I think almost every kid here does sports. Like every kid is very involved. It's a very incredible community that way. Like everyone goes to a great school. They're all doing well in school. They all do sports. So the sports conversation is really easy with kids.
One of your patients, I believe I'm going to get to talk to a little bit later, is Mickey, and he plays lacrosse.
Yeah.
Right? So you're right. So when people come here, it's like a friendly vibe, it's easy and things like that.
It is, yeah.
One thing that I learned from your team, though, was the onset of when you should get orthodontics. It was much younger than I thought. So around what age can you kind of tell if somebody needs a little bit of help?
Yeah, that's a good question. So about the age of 7 to 8 years old is good to just come in for a conversation.
Okay.
Not necessarily we're going to start anything, and I'm very much on the side of being very conservative with when I start treatment.
Okay.
I don't want someone to feel like they've been in treatment for 8 years. You hear that all the time. So if something can be waited upon or pushed back until they have like all their teeth ready, then that's what I'll do. And I'm very honest about it. I don't push anyone towards treatment that they don't need super early on. So when they come in, it's really just to make sure those teeth are coming in the right direction. Is the bite in the right way? Is something off? If everything is good, then we wait. We just sort of monitor for a couple of years. If there's a big cross bite, or the kid is self-conscious about their smile, those are reasons for me to jump in a little sooner.
Now, you said crossbite. I know what an underbite is and an overbite is.
Yes, yeah.
But what is a crossbite? What does that mean?
So
when you're crooked?
So a little crooked. Sometimes if those top teeth should be surrounding the bottom teeth. If something is a little off and those bottom teeth are on the outside, that's going to make the bite really off when they actually grow into their teenage years. So it's best to treat that as soon as we can.
Okay. So is it that you're putting gentle motion on each tooth to get the tooth to be straight? But what happens when the jaw isn't straight? Is that a different type of orthodontics, or do you help that here too?
Yeah, so oftentimes when we do that early treatment, it's called phase 1.
Okay.
Oftentimes there's an expander involved. I'd say a lot of kids actually do have too small of that top jaw is too small.
Okay.
So we just do some light forces to make that jaw expand, and it's easier to do it when they're around 8 years old, 10 years old. When the suture is easy to manipulate then.
Okay.
When you get past the age of like 14, it's sort of like when you're a baby and your sutures form.
Right.
They're locked.
Yeah, the baby has a soft spot, right, and the brain's still growing, and then
it's the same thing with the top jaw. There's a soft spot. It's easy to make it wider. When you get more in the teenage years, it becomes more of a surgery almost later on to fix.
Now, because they're appearing at a young age to you, do you have like a consultation with the family? Do you kind of walk them through the overall, like to kind of take the fear away, right? Because everybody's kind of like a little nervous.
Yeah, no, when you walk in, the very first thing you see is Jo at the front desk. And she's like the most bubbly person just to say hi to. You feel like you're very welcome just from the moment you walk in. And then we come in, we have special rooms for the consultations. We take pictures, we take x-rays. And then when I walk in to see them, I already have somewhat of a plan in mind. I've reviewed everything, but I don't even talk about teeth yet.
Okay.
I take a few minutes just to talk about, just
Them.
what's going on in their life. I get to know them a little bit before teeth is even in the conversation.
Okay.
And through that, I've seen them just sort of relax, like their shoulders relax. Like, okay, this is a comfortable conversation. It's a very casual conversation that I like to have with people. And then, I also don't really try and like sell people into treatment. It's very much like I explain everything of where they're at, where they're supposed to be, what their teeth could look like in the future. And so they leave here, they walk in feeling very welcome from Jo. They leave here feeling very knowledgeable about their own teeth, about where they are currently, what they should expect, and sort of where to go from here. So the whole process of a consultation, it's free to come in. We do complimentary consultations. So you come in, again, I'm not trying to push you or sell you.
Right, exactly.
Anything.
You're not selling braces and Invisalign. You're actually here to help people.
Yeah, I very much just want people to be aware. I love teaching. One day I'll be a professor or something.
Okay.
But for now, I'm just teaching the patients that come in of sort of about their own teeth, about where they're at, what's possible for them. And that's a really fun experience for me.
Now I have another question. When you were young, did you go through any like orthodontics, or did you do any of that things yourself?
So I had an expander when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay.
And I remember having that, but never had the braces part. My family actually couldn't afford the braces, so I didn't get any until after I graduated college, and then I got Invisalign for myself. And so that I have a little bit of the experience of knowing what it's like to have like the expander as a kid. And then I know what it's like as well to go through Invisalign as an adult.
And you do help adults here too, which helps you be very like on board with that, right? Because you've walked the walk, you talk the talk, and you're able to kind of relate to them.
Yes.
Because you're right, sometimes families cannot afford the orthodontics, or sometimes they did have orthodontics done, but then maybe they didn't wear the retainer, their mouth has shifted, and you're here to help them.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you seriously for inviting us in. It was fun, a joyful experience. It's so clean here. I get the chance to walk into a lot of places. I actually admire the fact that you care, about every little thing. It matters.
It does.
It really does. And congratulations to you and to your team. Milton, Massachusetts, like I said, it's got my heart too. You're here. You feel like now you've actually been part of the community.
Yeah. I have. Really, when I came in, I didn't really know much about Milton or the community here, really how close-knit it was. But the years that I've been here, I've picked up on how, like, it's almost like a little small town. Everyone knows each other. The communities, all the shops and everything know about each other and support each other. I feel very lucky to be a part of this community, and I really want to sort of take what Dr. Sherman has made. And he was here 30 years with this office.
Yes.
Over 30 years. He was here for a long time. He really made this office a really central part of the dental community of Milton. And so I feel very honored that I was trusted to continue that. This was like his baby, so I'm sort of taking over for that for him.
I'm pretty confident he chose the right person to do that.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up right here in Milton, Massachusetts.
They truly do care about their patients, which is special and uncommon.
Join me in West Peabody because we are going to learn about breathing, balance, and Beeyond Yoga. Well, today we are at Beeyond Yoga, and it's B-E-E. Why? Because I'm with B. Now, what does B stand for? What's your given name?
Brenna.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everybody calls you B with two B's.
Yeah.
Two E's.
Two E's. It just kind of stuck when I was younger. I'd get little notes passed into me in grade school and high school, B-E-E. So that's where I am.
Now, you have been on an incredible journey, which has culminated in your love for helping others.
Yes.
Okay. You just opened. What was your grand opening like here?
Oh, blissful.
Okay.
Kind of, I said it was like a wedding day, but better. You know, everything you could imagine. I had friends, family, local collaborators, and businesses, and the place was packed.
Beautiful. Yeah. So you've always had a calling because you kind of were like around this area.
Yep.
And then it just brought you and centered you here. So you drove by, you saw this empty place, and something spoke to you. You said, wait, this is actually me, I'm just going to quote you.
Okay.
You said, and the door went, oh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I understand that because that's how I live my life too.
Yeah.
So you get this message from the door.
Yeah,
and
from
then,
the door.
And then you just took direct action.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where we all can hit a place in life where we question, you know, is this all? Is this where I'm meant to be? Is there going to be anything more? So I was with both my kids. We were walking in the plaza that had just once been my childhood home with movies and more in Hannaford. And I looked up at the door and I said, this is my yoga studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just happened.
Yes.
Okay.
With hard work, it doesn't just happen.
No,
So,
because you
but
need
yes.
to go through and get the right permitting and, you know, call the leasing agent. And there's a lot of different
Yes.
steps when you open up a brick and mortar place.
Exactly.
Right.
But even further back, I would say it took a lot of soul searching, manifesting. Where do I want to be? Putting ideas to paper, kind of visualizing it, daydreaming, really daydreaming your life. You can do that. But it's not just a dream, it takes hard work.
Yeah, the difference is somebody can dream about something, but if they don't put that dream into action, right, it doesn't happen. But if they do put it into action,
Yep.
even if it's just like one right step, right,
so true.
one little moment of time,
Yeah.
even with your body, right?
Yeah.
We don't, you know, sometimes people are like, I told you I took yoga in college because
Yeah.
I needed that physical
Did you like it?
education. I loved it. I took yoga and billiards because each was one credit class and I
Yep.
needed to take both. You were mentioning some of the positions in yoga, right?
Yeah.
But when you say that you're beyond yoga, you have yoga classes.
Right.
But what else do you do here? You did a ton of things.
Right. So I kind of told you the story. I was thinking of the name with my husband and my son, and we're throwing out different things. And I said I wanted it to have B in it. And I'm like, no, it's not that. It's more than just yoga. It's beyond that. And my son went with his big blue eyes. And I'm like, that's what it is. And a couple of different meanings. So beyond yoga meaning, we have yoga, we have heated, non-heated, we have restorative yin, sound healing, Pilates bar. You know, it's not like we're too many things. There's a reason for all of those things. But in addition, we're beyond just yoga. We're a community.
Yes.
And that's how it started on March 1st of 2026.
And mantras do matter. So you were talking about the steps that you take in preparation
Right.
to be ready to have the confidence to say, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And there's no turning back.
And it's not easy because your
No.
mind is the most powerful thing, and it can take over. So one thing I always say in my class when we step into the room is you are in charge of your thoughts and how you feel, even though in this moment it might feel like your thoughts and your mind takes over, and that's just what it's going to be.
Okay.
So paired with breath, the practice of yoga is the practice of breathing. So when you pause on your mat and you train your brain to breathe, it's like you're training your body to run a marathon. You wouldn't just get up and go run Boston, right? You would put in all those hours. So every time my students, clients come through the door, lay on their mats, pause for the first time all day, or if it's first thing in the morning, I say, bring your awareness to breath, how you feel, and remember that you're in charge of how you feel.
Love that. So they could sign up for, people can sign up for a class. They can sign up for packets of classes. They could rent the space for something that they're, you know, if it's approved, like you say, okay, yes, you know, like no open flames and,
No,
you know, like no smoke
Within
machines, right, yeah, within reason,
Yeah.
right? But they could call you and say, this is my concept, would this work in your space, right? And then beyond that, you're just really a community giver, right? Which is like nice.
No, it's awesome. I had one woman come up to me, and she was a little serious when I first met her. I love her. I told her, I'm like, I couldn't really read you. Normally I read people. And she came up and like looked me dead in the eye with her straight face, and she was like, I've cried multiple times here because I feel so welcomed by you, and it's my safe place. And I'm like, oh my God, you of all people, like, you are a stone. I wouldn't have and it's because people need an outlet. They need a place.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to touch upon what you said, because 45 different classes doesn't
Yes.
mean they're all crazy. Like, I'm just flowing this in.
No.
I feel like pairing bar, yoga, and Pilates is the perfect blend for your body and your mind.
Okay.
But then not many studios highlight yin, restore, sound healing classes on the schedule. They're normally extras, but we have Mindful Monday, Wind Down Wednesday, just places that in the schedule I felt I don't want to just look like you just have to be a powerful yogi to come through these doors.
Got it.
So
If I can't go upside down on the first day, it's okay.
I've been a yoga instructor for 10 years and I'm still working on my upside down.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And you also support local products.
Yes.
So you have people that you take in their products that you use,
Yep.
and you let them have their own like little mini store in the front.
Yeah,
Cool.
so the way that, you and I kind of organically met, I do like that word if it's used well, people reach out. So I'll get Instagram, emails, texts, phone calls, because I make all my information public. All of the correspondence goes straight to me. So all day long, I'm looking through it, and when it aligns, you just feel it. It clicks. So we have Non-Tox, which is a candle company. A girl reached out. It's still in the newborn stages, I would say. A few years, she was farmers markets, but she had an autoimmune disease like her mom. So they make non-toxic candles. And I'm like, there's no way this smells like anything then. And the way it packs a punch of a beautiful scent, knowing she said it took her to the drawing board multiple times. Those are beautiful. So she partnered with me. We have the olive oil that I use. One of my best friends, Jerry, he's great. Him and his wife and his kids, his daughter, it helps kind of be like the mom's helper to Isla, my daughter. He owns the olive oil, the branch company. I use his olive oil every day, so we sell it out there. I am a big honey person, helped me with my allergies, use it in my coffee. I bake sourdoughs. So whenever I'm baking, I'm always using honey, local honey we sell. Anyone that I feel like it aligns, again, not too many crazy, you don't want to stray off the path,
Right.
but you see what works.
And you have some like needed.
Needed. Yep.
And that's also a friend of yours.
So it's
Yeah.
not a friend, but
Oh.
it's a company that I researched back when I was pregnant, and I think their marketing at the time said hydration when mom needs it, or when it's, and I think it was more of the marketing, and then they struggled like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have just narrowed it, because it's just an amazing hydration packet with all of the ingredients that you would want naturally if you were pregnant. So obviously you'd want them no matter what, because nothing bad's going in. I have one every morning. Every morning. I can't.
It's your own little pleasure.
Yeah.
It's only, it was fun to be here. It was fun to like participate, and we both. I had on like these these peep socks or whatever. I think this might be the very first interview I've ever done barefoot.
I love it.
I love it too.
Oh.
I might do more.
You brought your
It's kind of
yogis
fun.
in.
Like
Yogi spirit in.
when you told me that the door like made a sound to you, I'm like,
I
she's
know you
my
felt
girl. I did. I was like, I get that.
I know.
Doors and windows and all types of things speak
Yeah.
to me too. It was so nice to be here.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for introducing us to your family.
Yeah.
And now we could just like go and chill and just
know.
like take a nap or something or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, I invited all the people to do yoga, so I'm going
You
to have
did?
to teach to them.
All right, let's go. I'll do yoga. Right? Wait, what's the sun salutation? That's the one that you go down and
Sun
then come back up?
salutation
Right.
A is just inhale to reach up and exhale to fold forward.
Okay, inhale to reach up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Next,
show me. Let's do
inhale.
it.
And then hands through heart center and you fold. Make sure to drop your head at the bottom if you're standing. This was awesome.
That was awesome. It was. I had a really good
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you so much. And we hope that you had a good time too. Donna Drake hanging out with B. And please go to Beeyond Yoga.
Yes.
Thanks for
Yay.
watching.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
High five me.
I'm over 50, and this practice has helped me be in the best shape I've ever been in. Brenna is awesome, and every time I really want to do a very good workout and also clear my mind, this is a place I really want to come. And also I have some friends here, which makes my class and time even better.
Joining us now is Dr. Anna Williams. Dr. Anna, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having us. It's great to be here.
So, what type of you're a physician? Are you a PhD? What is your doctorate in?
I am a PhD in physiology, so I have a PhD, but I work in medicine.
Lovely. Interesting combo, right? Now, you yourself are diabetic. At what age did you have juvenile diabetes, or what type of diabetes do you have?
I have type 2 diabetes with insulin dependence. So I have a bit of both of the symptoms, but I'm diagnosed with type 2.
Interesting. Okay. You are someone that wears a Dexcom G7 CGM. Could you please educate me about what that is? What is that?
Yeah, so I have a board here that I can show.
Okay, thank you.
So diabetics wear a couple different types of medical devices to help with their care. So these top two are continuous glucose monitors, or CGMs. And so they're medical devices that measure your glucose levels every one minute or 5 minutes. And then these bottom two devices are for insulin infusion. So this one on the larger one on this side is an infusion pod. So you put the insulin inside of that pod, and then it infuses the insulin into your body. And then this other one with the heart-shaped patch around it is an infusion set. And so one end of the infusion set goes into an infusion pump that infuses insulin into your body.
Dr. Anna, could you just demonstrate that for me real quick? Show me how that works.
Yeah. So I happen to need to do a device change today because the device I have on this arm has expired.
Okay.
So I figured I would do the show so you can kind of see how this is done. So I'll put this device on my other arm. So first I'm going to use an alcohol swab to clean the area. Kind of air it out a little bit. And then I wear a Dexcom G7 CGM. So I'm going to open this package. And you can maybe see in the applicator, there's a needle that goes into your skin that adds a filament where the measurements are taken. So I'm going to apply the medical device. So here's my new one. And then you kind of push down the sides to make sure it's secure. And then today I'm going to be wearing our boho mandala, or boho mosaic design, and it's in a mandala shaped patch. So our patches have this really nice, easy backing to work with. So I'll remove the first side of the patch. Place it here. And then take the backing off the rest of the patch. And then you kind of press down around to get it nice and secure. And then all of our patches where the medical device is showing also come with a decorative sticker for the device. And that's just for fun to like complete the design. So there we go.
You turned your medical device into a fashion statement. I love it. Right?
I did.
Basically.
I can show you on my phone, so my old device is still working. So you can kind of see on my phone how it measures. So right now I'm at 89 milligrams per deciliter. And then you can see the graph of how my glucose has been throughout 24 hours.
I understand. Thank you so much. And now I know that you're going to bring Bert up next, right? So in just a moment, we'll be talking to Bert Nelson. Thank you, Dr. Anna Williams, for displaying that and showing us how easy it is to use. I think it's really wonderful that you are someone that is helping others that might have some of the same challenges that you have, right? I always find that because it makes you more of an empathetic person, because you're able to understand what the need was, and you're like, wait, there's got to be a solution to this. And then when you find out there's not a solution, you're like, okay, it's up to me to be the solution. Now, you also work with someone, I believe Bert. Is Bert in the room? Because we'll talk to him as well. But
Yeah.
Dr. Anna, thank you so much for joining us. And I know you wanted Bert to also share a few thoughts on the brand as well.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Okay, and joining us now is Bert Nelson, and he is a strategic marketing partner for the Soul Patch. We've been visiting with Dr. Anna Williams, and this is now Bert Nelson. Hey, Bert, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. Okay, I got to visit with the inventor. They were just telling us about this wonderful product. What made you decide that you wanted to get on board with this?
Well, it was a really exciting mission. Most of my background, my professional career has been in marketing. So Anna and I actually reconnected not too long ago. We went to high school together. And when I found out about her plans to launch a business, and it was a business with a mission and some really amazing values, it was something that was a really exciting opportunity for me to get on board.
I know that there's also a mission behind this invention. Not only is it a great invention, but you're doing something really impactful with it. What is Soul Patch's desire or mission to make the world a better place for others? What is it that you're doing?
Well, we have a few things that are really important to us. First and foremost, from the outset, we really wanted to prioritize representation and inclusivity. The opportunity to showcase and highlight diabetics with different body types, from different backgrounds, different gender identities. That's always been important to us. So you'll see that represented throughout our marketing and on our website. And that extends to our patches as well. All the patch designs, if they have characters on them, you'll see different gender characters, different races. And of course, we make patches for kids and adults. And we make an assortment of cultural and holiday patches, all of which we hope to expand upon as we continue to grow and get bigger, can make more patches, serve more diabetics. Something else that's been really important to me has been our commitment to giving back to the diabetic community. A portion of every Soul Patch that is sold is donated to a diabetic nonprofit or event. Like, for example, Tour de Cure Minnesota, which happened back in May, just before we launched. We were able to sponsor and participate in that event. We got to cheer on cyclists and give away patches, which was a great time. And since then, in the short time that we've been operating, we've donated thousands of patches to kids with diabetics at summer camps across the country, and to medical clinics who have new diabetic patients who, as you can imagine, probably have a bit of a tough time adjusting to wearing a device for the first time. Our hope is that a Soul Patch can make that a little bit easier.
I love that, because I know it's probably painful when one of them, comes out, or like you said, maybe it's not so great to get like chlorine water in it or river water in it or anything like that. So thank you very much. Thank you for introducing us also to Dr. Anna Williams. It's great that you guys are teaming up. I love that you went to high school together. I still have a lot of my own high school friends, and I believe that collaboration, there's nothing better than having somebody that's got your back. So thank you very much for joining us. We wish you all the best with Soul Patch.
Thank you.
Yeah, really nice to meet you guys. Happy journeys to you both. I love if you go back to your class reunion and they're like, wow, guys, you started this really cool company, and look at you now. So congrats to you both.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye. That was fun. So that was Bert and also Dr. Anna Williams, Bert Nelson, and it was nice to visit with them. We do have a lot of different nonprofits on our show year after year. Diabetes, it really is something that more people have that, on a day-to-day basis, they're being diagnosed with that. So if you or someone you love needs a Soul Patch, go to their website for more information. All right, up next, we are talking about the Sizzle. That's right, Sizzle. We have Zack. Zack, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. So you're Mr. Sizzle Sauce, huh?
I guess I am. Yep.
Okay, so tell us why you started Sizzle Sauce. What was the start behind this? This is what I laughed about. Okay, so it's not a barbecue sauce. It's not a hot sauce. It's something different. What is it about your sauce that makes it so sizzling hot?
Well, the difference in the sizzle is that it's such a unique condiment. Like it says in the logo slogan, you can't really call it a barbecue. You can't call it a hot sauce. Although it has some barbecue taste to it, and it does have some spice, it's kind of its own condiment. It's its own thing. And, we've been eating it now for 2 years, and we still have a hard time explaining what it tastes like. We were on our way to the fancy food show in New York City this year, and my wife and I, we were sitting there in the car, and we said, you know what, we got to really get a good pitch going to explain what it tastes like, because it's just hard to explain. And we're thinking, and we didn't really come up with anything fantastic. You have to experience it to really understand what it tastes like.
Okay, and what's interesting too is you have like different bottles. They're similar color, but the flavor profile is a little bit different, correct? So what are some of the flavor profiles that you have? It's like this one's called an artesian fusion sauce. And then this one has like this like extra hot label on it, okay?
Yeah.
So are these the two flavors that you have?
Well, so they're all the same flavor.
Okay.
But the difference is the heat level.
Okay.
So I made the original, which is just the sizzle to begin with.
Okay.
And that's about for 70% of people. And about most people like that, they enjoy it. It's not too hot. Even with the name The Sizzle, it's not crazy going to burn your face off. But there is some spice to it. So I made that. Most people enjoyed it. There were some people who were very sensitive to the heat. So they wanted more of a mild flavor. So the mild actually has no heat to it at all. Just all flavor, no heat. Okay, so that's for those people. And then other people, they wanted something really hot. So I made the extra hot sizzle. So yeah, it's kind of, it's a little deceiving. People think there's 3 different flavors, but it's actually all the same flavor. The only difference is the heat level.
Understood. Now I got it. Now that makes perfect sense to me. So I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, known for like our barbecues and things like that. And we like things like saucy. Different parts of the country like things a little different. What I like about your sauce, though, is that it's not regional. It's original, meaning like this is something unique. It's something different. So no matter where you live in the country, you're probably going to like it on something, whether it's burgers, tacos, pizza, eggs, right? It's just something a little special to add a little zip to what it is that you're having.
Yeah, it goes on everything. And I thought it was just us at first. I thought maybe we're just weird that we were putting it on everything we ate. But then as more and more people started to eat it, they were wondering, what else can I put it on? Can I try it on this and try it on this? And I get messages on a regular basis, people saying about, hey, I tried the sizzle on sushi today, or I had it on an oyster, or just random things, and it works on pretty much everything.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to have a little taste myself. Hold on a second. Hold on. Don't laugh at me. I'm just
try it out.
Finger. Okay.
What are you going with, the mild?
Yeah, the mild sizzle. I could take a little more heat. I'm going to try a little more heat later. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I said, most people enjoy the original. Has that little kick at the end.
Right.
It's not too hot.
That's lovely. And so you're also a dad, right? So what has been the response from your family and from young and old alike? What has been the response to the sizzle sauce? With the family, actually, my daughter was kind of the inspiration behind it. About 2 years ago, we were just hanging out in the kitchen, and it was lunchtime, and I made the classic chicken tenders and fries lunch for my daughter, and I wanted to make something a little extra for her. So got in the fridge and grabbed some random ingredients, and got in the cabinet and got some spices, and I was whipping things up almost like a mad scientist trying to create something crazy. So I made that for her, gave it to her. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. We all loved it. And it was a staple. And I mean, we haven't bought other condiments since then. We just use it for everything. So after that, friends and family
started coming over and trying it. And they're like, wow, I want to, can you make me a bottle of that? I'll pay you for it. But I would just give people bottles. And then everyone started saying, you really have to sell this. You have to, this could be something huge. So it kind of just took one step at a time and got to the point where we got into some retail locations in the Pittsburgh area. We got a website. Actually just signed up for Fair, which is an online wholesale platform. So we just continue to grow.
Have you ever been to, there's a famous restaurant where they do a lot of movies. In fact, I think Tom Cruise is in a movie. Is it called DeLuca's? It's like a breakfast place. I don't know if
Strip.
Yeah, if you don't have it there, go take them a bottle, because I just feel like that's the type of place that would just absolutely hug you and embrace you, because they've got, their line of cooks, they're making it hot, they're making it fresh. And I think the Sizzle Sauce belongs in their restaurant. I think that they would just find you fascinating, and I bet they're going to love this taste. So this one's the extra hot. So you could seriously maybe consider replacing all the condiments in your house just with a little bit of sizzle. It was nice to meet you, Zack. Thank you so much for trusting your brand in my hands. I really appreciate you coming on the show today.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Donna.
Okay, happy journeys to you until I get to see you in person, because I told you, I love Pittsburgh. So.
Yeah, if you're ever there, we'll go to DeLuca's, get some breakfast.
There you go, with some sizzle sauce, right? Thanks again.
Sauce, yeah.
All right, happiness to you. Be well. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks a lot, Donna.
Bye. Joining us now is Dr. Kellie Coppi. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, good. Thank you so much for having me, Donna. I appreciate it.
So you have created your own kind of niche that helps people from 9th grade to 12th grade do what? What is it that you're helping them do?
Sure. So anyone and everyone, regardless of background or not, in college, depending on what career they're going into, anyone who's interested in pursuing higher education, I support them being a 9th grader, trying to figure out just what they like. You're being a 12th grader, trying to actually apply to those colleges, get the best fit, the right career and major path. Now, you transitioned careers yourself, correct? Yes.
So you were doing something on Broadway, but then you decided to do this instead. And what is the fulfillment for you? What is the joy for you in helping people with their college essays?
Yeah, so my transition really started with going to college for a BFA in theater, because I wanted to be on that stage. And, as I realized it was a lot of hard work and not a lot of stability as the actor, I transitioned into theater management. And during that whole time, working with such tight-knit communities, working with people who pursue their dreams and, do it day in, day out, I knew that all dreams were different. And some people, wanted to go the higher ed route. Some people wanted to go the trade route. Some people wanted to go the arts route. And I'm there for whatever people need, really trying to figure out best course of action. So for me, I didn't start in higher ed, but I realized, maybe I didn't like being on stage as much as I liked managing within a theater. I love writing and I love pursuing my doctorate. So it was a nice fit to be able to be in both worlds and then share that world with students who are still trying to find their path. It just means, you don't need to know what you want to do the second you graduate high school. It just means you can really enjoy the process and enjoy the journey and see where it takes you. And eventually, if it's that best fit, you'll be happy.
And helping people find the best fit. I know that you are a board-certified cognitive specialist, and you work with the Myers-Briggs test. What is that Myers-Briggs test? What does that kind of pull together for us?
Yeah, so we hear all of these career aptitude tests and personality tests. Sometimes you do it online for fun, or sometimes you do it in a guidance setting in high school. But Myers-Briggs is a assessment of sorts that helps you distinguish between personality type and career and major alignment. So who are the people who are like you, and what are they satisfied with in their lives? So are they expending energy pursuing independent projects, or are they pursuing more collaborative projects? And if you're geared toward one of those realms, what types of careers, what types of majors, what types of projects would most make you happy? What types of projects would be most fulfilling for you as you either go into college, you go into the workforce, or maybe you even, are taking a second act in your life and changing fields. So it's really determining not only where you best are skilled, but also how best your personality type fits in with certain careers that maybe you've overlooked.
You have a scholarship fund. Can you tell us about that and why you decided to create a scholarship to honor the people that taught you about good values in your heart?
Yeah, absolutely. So my mother was a three or four decade long educator. She worked with a lot of special needs adults. She worked in the New York City public school system, elementary schools way back when. She unfortunately passed in 2021. And unexpectedly, but to give back to, what she stood for with connections to her faith and her family and education, I have a scholarship, the Jean Murphy Compassion and Action Scholarship on bold.org. And it awards a student each cycle $1,000 towards their college tuition. And, all they have to do is they don't have to show crazy high GPA. They don't have to show a super strong resume. They just have to show values to me in the required essay, which really asks, how does compassion fit into your life? How are you using it? What does it mean to you? And I've gotten some really great responses so far this cycle. And this is the month where I'm evaluating them, and the winner will be announced early August. So that's exciting.
Oh, that's fabulous. And if you share the winner with us, we'd be happy to, promote that through our channels too, through our social media, because I'm all about celebrating. I'm all about the celebration, and what you do is great. It must feel so rewarding for you that after you help somebody with their essay, although you're not writing it for them, we just need to be clear on that. You're actually helping develop that, right? But it must feel so rewarding when they get into that college of their dreams, right? That must feel so good for you.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to undertake this admissions essay writing process because, as an adult, I don't really think about values every day. And then when you're forcing a 17-year-old to think about what values are driving their daily life, they end up, they struggle. And it's not like a homework assignment that has a rubric and a really set structure of guidelines. It's all about gut intuition. It's all about, trusting that story that means so much to you is going to resonate with the person who reads it. And when the person who reads it is at their college of choice, it's all the better fit for the next 4 years to not only connect with grades and stats, but also to connect through values and community and message.
I think a lot of times admission counselors are looking for that. They're going through the pile and they're like, yep, okay, they've got a 4.0 or they've got a 3.5 or they've got a 3.2 or whatever the criterias are, right? And then they pile them up. When it gets down, right, between those two people, a lot of times I've heard from certain college, admissions departments that they really are looking at that essay because that essay is going to tell them so much more than just the stats. Right? So it's lovely that you're spending your time helping them, and this is the career of your choice. So congratulations to you, Dr. Kellie.
Thank you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. Dr. Kellie Coppi. Yeah, Dr. Kellie Coppi. And, I love, my mom is in heaven too, and I just played in a charity softball game, to raise funds for that. So for breast cancer. But thank you so much for joining us today. And we wish you all the best. And I hope that every single one of the people that you help get into their top one of maybe 4 choices in college, it's competitive out there. So it's nice that you're helping them give that competitive edge.
Thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Wonderful
Happy
to be
journeys. Happy journeys to you. Be well. Bye-bye.
You too.
There you go. So my youngest is already in college. 2 have already graduated. So I'm going like, a big sigh of relief. But if you're someone that needs help, or somebody else, another family that, could use help, reach out to Dr. Kellie Coppi. Thanks for watching. Next, with a fashion update, it is Evan Hirsch. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
What happened this month? Where'd you go?
So I went to a bunch of different places, but my favorite one that I just came back from was Broadway Barks, which was the incredible charity at the Schubert Theater, hosted by Bernadette Peters and Andrew Rannells. So it was really cool to see all of these Broadway stars who are now taking the time to get these dogs adopted.
Lovely. Growing up, were you ever in theater? What did you do?
I was. I don't think I was that good, considering my track list of parts that I played, like background actor or villager or tree.
Oh,
in
you played
Beauty
a
and the
tree.
Beast, yes. But my breakout role was in West Side Story. I was the social worker, and I had 3 lines during the dance. And now people on Long Island still come up to me and say, I was laughing so hard when you were in West Side Story.
Congratulations. I know that your fashion show is coming up. Is it September?
Yes, it's coming up in September.
Okay, and is there a theme?
Yes, so I'm going to be working with shopgoodwill.com again. I'm their in-house resident upcycling expert is my new title, but I really want to focus on Edwardian fashion and pieces that are a little more avant-garde when they come out, and they could strip down to a more streamlined silhouette.
Interesting. So like just now when you were saying Edwardian, in my head, I visualized the thing that has like the big like neck fan thing that's going on back like that.
Exactly right. You know your fashion history very well.
Only sometimes. And I think also by being your friend for the last like close to 6 years, it's like through osmosis. It's
yes,
like
I'm always spewing fashion knowledge, but I'm actually working on a gown right now with that fan pleated
you are?
piece that can come off and turn into another silhouette. So you know my mood board. You might have had a quick little look at it. So
there you go.
Either that or you're very clairvoyant.
I am somewhat, sometimes I am.
Yes.
Thank you, Evan. It was so nice to see you.
Always.
I love hearing about your updates, through fashion and through charity. You're such a good person. You're doing so much. And I always thank you for being here. What a day, right? Every day is such a good day. Stay tuned for more. We're living it up right here. I'm Donna Drake, and I was visiting with our own fashion correspondent, the Evan Hirsch. This is Donna Drake. Happy journeys.
Take my hand, come with me, and we'll find better ways to be something much more.
Thanks for watching Live It Up. You can visit us at liveituptvshow.com.